All right, here we go. In the previous solo episode, I shared what AI created for me when I gave it the prompt, write me a script for a 5-minute podcast episode in my style on how people can reverse engineer their big life goal. I wanted to do something quick and simple that explains the overall process of reverse engineering, and this was a great way to practice using AI as a tool for creativity as well, something that I'm doing right now actually, as I'm trying to take on a challenge that some guests from interview episodes, Terrence McMahon and Nishanta, challenged me to create a book using AI in under 30 days. And so this was a great way to practice. I'll update you on what that experience was like on the YouTube channel, but also in an upcoming episode of the podcast. But over the next couple episodes right now, we'll share some human-designed ways of selecting our big dream and reverse engineering those goals. Basically saying, okay, this is what I want to do. Now, how do I work backward to figure out how I could get there? And today, very specifically, we'll look at the definition of a dream and make sure you have a dream that passes what I like to call the dream filter by being able to answer 7 specific questions. These 7 questions make sure that we have a dream worth chasing. In life, we all aspire to be a certain person or do certain things, but often we leave the details as vague maybes or hope that fate will guide us somewhere by having an opportunity land in our lap or someone come sweep us off our feet, when in reality, we have to choose ourselves. We all do have beautiful talents, every one of us, and wild ambitions that have been covered up by dream blockers like fear and doubt. The tough thing is, most times we don't even know that we're blocking our own dreams because it happens in our subconscious. The good news is, we can learn to dream again. And the most efficient way to do so is to start naming our dreams. Our goal right now throughout these solo episodes is to pick one area that we are really passionate about pursuing. For me, ultimately, that's podcasting. For you, it could be something that you've known since you were a little kid, or something that you decided just today. All of a sudden, maybe you want to be a rock musician or a street spray painter. I don't know. But with all the work that we've done over the past bunch of episodes, you should be able to decide on what is your one thing. If not, you can go back to listen to, I believe it's episode 72 of JKL. It's called 3 Fun Questions to Help You Choose Your Big Goal in Life. Or just DM me and I'll try to help you out. Now, what is a dream? Once you have that one thing that you want to pursue, it could be music or painting or golf, we need to craft what we call a dream. Dreams come in all shapes and sizes, from daydreams about fairies or zombies to lifelong goals of being the president or prime minister or to win a sports championship. That is why, for the purpose of goal setting, we need a framework to qualify something as a dream worth going after. The key is to come up with dreams that pass the dream filter. Before we talk about what a dream is, though, let's quickly look at what it is not. Our goal to this point has been to choose one passion to focus on. But choosing one thing to focus on can be very scary. One of the best ways to take a step forward is to learn to filter your dreams. It's valuable to know what is not considered a dream when it comes to goal setting, so here are a few examples of what are not considered dreams in this case. 1. Living vicariously. Picturing living the life or wanting the life of someone else. 2. Career accomplishments. Believing that the pursuit of a title, role, or reward in and of itself within your job will bring you fulfillment. 3. Material attainment. Thinking that possessions such as a new house, clothing, cars, or lifestyle will make you feel better someday in the future. 4. Eternal ideals and optimism. A sense that if it were up to you, the world around us could be and would be this way. 5. Nightmares. Picturing all of the bad things that could happen to us or envisioning the reasons not to pursue goals because of things that could go wrong. And finally, 6. Fantasies. Legitimately impossible ideas that we cannot even create a strategy or plan for. So to summarize, our dreams should not be categorized as living vicariously, career accomplishments, material attainment, eternal ideas and optimism, nightmares, or fantasies. So then what does count as a dream? Now that we know what is not a dream, let's look at what is. We want to include as many markers as possible when it comes to determining if our thoughts would qualify as dreams. When deciding if any idea, big or small, qualifies as a dream in the sense that we're speaking about here today, we can put it through the following dream filter. We should be able to check all of the boxes on the 7 dream filter questions. Number 1, is it meaningful? You should be willing to embrace this dream regardless of what others think, regardless of the results, and you should be the person most excited in the world to achieve it. 2, is it energizing? You should be pursuing dreams that you think about often, that bring you vitality and joy for the sake of pursuing and working on them, not for the result. 3, is it generous? Others should be benefiting at least as much or more than you through achieving this dream. 4, is it long-lasting? You should not give up because of 1 or 2 obstacles if you still want to achieve the dream. You should be improving your legacy and having an impact beyond the act of simply doing it. 5, is it somewhat possible? The main goals of the dream should not be pie in the sky, wild pipe dreams like we talked about earlier in terms of fantasies, but it actually is possible. Even though they may seem impossible, especially to each of us as individuals, we should genuinely envision that they could happen. 6, is it somewhat in our control? Similarly, it needs to be somewhat in our control. Not the results, but some of the factors in the process toward the results must be in our immediate control now. So playing the lottery wouldn't count. And finally, 7, the last of the dream filter questions we need to check is, does it require sacrifice? In the world of dreaming, we must give up things in order to get the things that are worthwhile. We should have to ensure that this thing is a priority, which means removing other things in our life in order to achieve it. Now, things get serious once we have a dream worth pursuing. Hopefully, you were able to come up with 1 or more dreams that would pass all 7 of these questions in the dream filter. And if not, as I said at the top, feel free to check out previous episodes of the podcast, especially episode 72, 3 fun questions to help you choose your big goal in life, where I help you craft your one thing around your strengths, interests, and who you want to be. If you are able to answer yes to the items on the checklist when you filter your dream, then congrats, you're well on your way. But a quick warning, this is where things get serious and the excuses stop. Times will become mentally challenging from this point on because we can't pretend like we don't know what our ambitions are anymore. When we start being able to brainstorm dreams and we find some worth pursuing that pass the 7 checklist items, we are naturally left with the question, what do we do next? In the next few episodes, we'll look at the various sizes of dreams and look at factors that can help us predict how likely it will be that we succeed. We'll craft effective goals and learn from a tool that Tim Ferriss calls dreamlining. But for today, the first thing to do is make sure that you know at least one thing to focus on and ensure that that one thing can pass this dream filter. As always, JKL community, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much to those of you who pass this show on to others who you think could benefit from learning, growth mindset, and a little bit of help with dreaming big and goal setting. It really means the world when you pass it along. It's also been a lot of fun answering your DMs and comments about the show recently. We are really at a point where we're starting to just pour gas on the fire of building this out to help more and more people. So I just can't say thank you enough. Until the next episode, all the best, and remember, just keep learning.